Hello guys, welcome back. This is KP from First Class, and today I'm going to show you how to write discursive writing. This is a 6-part video, and I will be going through with you the different types of expository essay to clear up some misconception about exposition. And then I will go in a step-by-step format, how to plan your discursive essay before you start writing, and then writing the different parts of the discursive essay or the expository essay, as some of you know it. And then lastly, the language features of expository writing. Okay, the very first question that I always get from people is, KP, what is the difference between exposition, expository writing, discursive writing, argumentative writing? There's so much confusion out there. So today I'm gonna clarify this with you. Now, if you do a quick search of expository writing or exposition, you'll find that exposition is about giving information, educating the readers. So this is very, very different from another kind of writing. We call it descriptive or creative writing, where your main role is to entertain readers. Telling a story is entertaining, but it's not always very educational. Similarly, telling people, discussing issues with your readers isn't very entertaining, but it is educational. So we tend to put this on two extreme ends of the spectrum. Okay, one very educational, one very entertaining. Expository writing is highly educational. There's a lot of information in it. Okay, you might use statistics, news, and facts. And then what about discursive writing, argumentative writing? I hope this chart, right, this Venn diagram will give you a good idea of what the differences are. Expository writing is also called informative writing. Now, your job is to expose something, is to inform someone. That's why they call it expository writing, is to expose an issue. Under expository writing, there are two kinds of writing. You have discursive writing, where you're supposed to discuss an issue, and you have argumentative writing, okay, where you, of course, argue. Now, I'm not going to talk about argumentative writing today, but just know that they're very similar. To some extent, they even overlap. Some questions are both argumentative and discursive. So, discursive writing is a subset of expository writing. If you hear about expository writing in school, however, a lot of school teachers tend to use expository and discursive interchangeably. That makes it even more confusing. So with me, I tend to separate them. Expository writing, I don't call it expository writing, I call it discursive writing, because expository is very non-specific. So whenever you hear expository writing, I'll say 80-90% of schools, when they say expository writing, they are referring really to discursive writing. What is discursive writing? Your job, okay, expository writing, we're done with this. What it is a combination of both discursive and argumentative writing. So as discursive writing, you're supposed to discuss. You're supposed to talk about, okay, what are the problems, the solutions, the benefits, the disadvantages, all those things. Argumentative writing, you're supposed to take a stand. Let's have a look at these questions over here. Okay, you can pause this video and have a look at these couple of questions on this slide. Okay, so what type of questions are this? Now, the first question, most people are this: what are your views? When they ask you for your views, they are asking you for your stance. This is argumentative writing. I'm going to put a 2 here. Excuse me. Okay, for argumentative writing, you're supposed to argue for this one. Now, the second bullet point, people can only be happy if they feel they are treated fairly. Do you agree? Now, the word agree, disagree will tell you that this is probably argumentative writing. Okay, they can only be happy if they're treated fairly, or they can be happy even if they are not treated fairly. So you have two options, two stands that you can take. Some people like to stand out, others just want to be part of it. Which one do you prefer and why? Which one you prefer and why? You gotta pick one side. So that makes it argumentative writing. Which modern invention is essential to you and your family, and which one would you and your family live without? Explain your views. Now, in this case, they ask you to list down one modern invention that's important, one modern invention that is not important. Now, are you supposed to take a stand on this? You can't really take a stand, right? Therefore, this is discursive writing. But it has two parts, the essential part and you can live without part. So it's a combination of two discursive essays. The world will be a very dull place without music. What are your views? So you can take a stand. It would be a dull place or it would not be a dull place. That makes it an argumentative essay. It would be or would not be. Do electronic devices help or hinder students in their studies? I'm sure you know it by now. Help or hinder, you choose either one. So that makes it argumentative. Cyberbullying is a major problem today. What are the ways to tackle the issues of cyberbullying? What are the ways? You just have to list down the ways. You're listing down, therefore it is discursive. What are the advantages and disadvantages of co-curricular activities? This is interesting. Some people think this is argumentative. You got to talk about, oh, is it more advantages or is it more disadvantages? No, they're not asking you, is it good or bad? They're asking you, what is good about it and what is bad about it? You got to answer both of these questions. This is really a discursive essay. So there is definitely a bit of overlap between discursive and argumentative, but it's very important for you to know the differences between them both. And of course, I hope that through this video, you would have clarified the difference between the use of expository, discursive, and argumentative. In the next video, we're going to talk about how to plan your discursive writing. So see you in the next video.